Davey, we right here after that big victory with Guy Mitchell, his first.
Listen, my friend.
Hey, please.
I want to say one thing to you. I intend to come in here and show you people what wrestling is all about. But I demand to have an interview when I defeat a capable opponent. And then next week, I want to be right here with you.
Fine.
Or there's serious trouble.
We always try to talk to the new wrestlers coming in. That isn't exactly who I was interested in talking to right at the moment. I wanted to bring in a gentleman that we always get such a kick out of seeing in the ring because he's a great athlete and has credentials behind him that just will not stop. Not only that, outside of the ring, he's he's got a great sense of humor, and I'm talking about Tony Charles. Tony, I got to tell you, it is great to see you here. And if you just let me run down quickly without all of them, but I'll hit on the high spots. Former U.S. junior heavyweight, former world junior heavyweight champion, and by golly, just about everything else. Want to find out a little bit about that background. I know that athletics has been a part of your life always, and you participated in that English football over there, which is kind of a tough sport, rugby.
Well, it's not only English, you know, it's Welsh, basically.
Yeah.
And the Welsh get very upset when you call it just English.
I didn't mean to insult you.
No, but it's called rugby. It's like your original game of football. It started years ago, and you've changed it, you've modified it over the years. We still play it in the original form without any pads or anything. So you get bashed about a little bit, you know.
And when you're not out about winning world titles and United States titles and other things, Tony, I know that you kind of like to go fishing and do a little skin diving down there and look at the fish, and every now and then you were telling me about one of them, you ran into some kind of fish down there.
Jack Ravel, very frightening, very frightening. I'm going to tell you something about sport. Out of all the major sports, competition, they talk about fitness. Well, to me, the biggest form of fitness is relaxation, and I just love to fish. I can relax completely, and it makes a difference, because when you can relax a tense muscle, it's ready to take up action again and go.
Tony, I got to go back to that fishing story because Tony made the statement to me. He said all of a sudden he came face to face with this Jack Ravel, which is kind of an ugly looking fish.
It frightened me.
Yeah, it frightened him. He said
that 60 pounds, you know, it's very ugly with large teeth.
And Tony said, but at the same time, he took a look at this face right here, and he said, I frightened him.
That's exactly true. I didn't know which was more frightening. He was I was pointing it this way, and I was going to spear the fish right in front of me. I looked round, and he's right there, nose to nose. Fancy him being right next to this nose. It's frightening.
Tony Charles, I can't tell you how good it is to have you here.
Well, it's nice to be back, and the last time I was here, the fans in this area gave me a great reception. I loved it. And, of course, as you know, international... when I travel internationally, you hear about these spots that are hot. Yeah. Right now, this area is red hot, and I love to wrestle, and I love to make money.
Yeah,
so I'm going to be around.
You just love to live, my friend, and that's great to see. I like to see it. Tony, we're going to be looking for you with Bill Dundee in a tag match a little bit later on.
I'm looking forward to that myself.
Good to have you here. One of my favorite people, Tony Charles, one of the great champions around the entire world, and we're tickled to death to have you back. We're going to be back with wrestling action for you in just one moment.